Well, we just had a very big squall come through and flooded everything. No, not really. Just very, very heavy winds. And problem is, it could happen at any time again. So this could be a very brief hangout. But massive giveaways tonight. All will be revealed in about 15 minutes. It's just going to be unbelievable. How are you all? Hope you're going well. It's bloody freezing here. Down to about 8 degrees. Hello, Sonia. Chill factor of about 2. Very cold. Very cold. So I had my soup tonight, which was good actually. Yeah, I imagine you're going to have a ripper of a summer. We had a really hot summer. I'm pretty sure you're going to get your share. Awesome, how are you? Massive giveaway tonight. It's going to be sensational. Just wait for the 1,000 odd people, which normally come into the room, because you're here now. Awesome hookers in seeds. They'll come from everywhere. Yeah, you're all wondering what the giveaways are. You're more than lovely, because I like you. You watch, the missus will be in here shortly, or on the computer. I told her I was doing this massive giveaway tonight. Sensational. Yeah, so my soup was quite nice. Beef stew, ground down. Yes, I like you. Into a soup, and it was yum. Yeah, look, if I ever use those words, awesome, because we've run away together to Lithuania to live in the fields, smoke marijuana, and eat fish. But Sonia was saying it's quite hot there. I imagine where you are, you'd get the heat kicking in there. Sure, I reckon you. I don't know what you guys call a heat wave, but our heat waves usually last about 3 months. You know, touching 100 for 3 months. That's pretty much. We don't even call it a heat wave. We just say, oh, it's a bit warm. But it was very warm all year. In fact, it was our hottest year on record. So, whether it's man-made or whether the earth is shake, rattling and rolling, you can't argue with the fact it's getting warmer everywhere you go. Yeah, so this huge giveaway tonight is going to be interesting. Who'll stick their hand up? Hey, in for a penny, in for a pound. Yeah, I mean our heat. You get a bit of humidity with your heat, don't you, where you are? Awesome, I think off memory you said that. But like I say, this hangout could end abruptly because it got to about 60, 70 mile an hour winds. It's flat calm now, but we had a squall come through. Yeah, the good thing about living near the ocean, as we do, and a river over there, is that we call it the Fremantle Doctor. In other words, it gives you relief. Not that sort of relief, I mean as in cooling down relief. I know how your mind works, awesome. But around about 2 o'clock, most hot summer days, it drops down from 40 odd to about 30 odd, because the sea breeze kicks in, hence the name. It comes from Fremantle and cools you down. But not always. Some days it just doesn't come in. Yeah, no, I suppose we had to expect these cold fronts to come up from the Antarctic. It's just bitterly cold. After the rain comes, you get all this cold cloud in clusters like storms. But in amongst all that, it's all really cold air. So now that because the rain came, it wasn't too bad. Now the rain's gone, you've got all this cold air. But it is pumped up from the Antarctic, so can't expect less, I suppose. Just wondering what time. You were up really early this morning. When I got off and had to go and do something, I noticed how early you were up. About what, 3, 4 o'clock? Awesome. Burning the candle, both ends. If I'm lying in bed, it could be 3:30 in the morning. I wake up and think, oh, jeez. So I just get up. I just can't lie in bed, with your eyes open in the dark, and think, what am I doing here? So I get up, have a cup of tea, normally a cup of tea if it's early in the morning. Come out and have a ciggy, watch the sun come up. Just can't. I just like to say, lying in bed, normally, maybe they need to go do a wee or whatever, but not sometimes. I just wake up, but I get a good 4 or 5 hours sleep a night. That's all I really need. I get a bit more in winter because it's good to sleep in those cold mornings occasionally. I've been known to sleep until about 7. So no one's asked about the giveaway yet, so I suppose I probably shouldn't really bother then. No one's really interested in the massive giveaway. Hubby gets 6 to 7 and he's good. I'm not sure what you're referencing. I think you mean that's enough sleep for him. Is that what you're saying? Because he's already good, you told me that. 3 or 4, yeah. Mind you, if they're good sleep hours, you know what I mean, like if you're zonked, that's okay. I certainly have always been this way. It's not a case of, as I've got older, I need less sleep. I've always needed less sleep. Used to stay up till about midnight and get up about 4 or 5. Mainly because I used to go to work at those times. So I haven't lost the habit. And I tell you what stuffs you up is doing shift work. Like shift work's 12 hours, day or night, 12-hour shifts. And you tend to... it's hard to turn off. Like the guys and girls working up north in the mining towns, they work 12 hours. They come back and they still wake up at 5 on their days off, though they don't have to. The old body clock gets sort of mucked around when you do shift work. It's good in one way. If he does 12-hour shifts, he might only work 4 days a week. I used to do 12-hour shifts and I'd only work 10 days in 21. Yeah, it's worse when you're doing a swing shift. Hello, Pirate. Pirate's here for the massive giveaway, which no one's asked about yet, which is interesting. Maybe just too modest. You need 2 hands to take it away. But this, you see this patio here, this addition to the old cottage, they didn't do the guttering real well. G'day, Pirate. And what happens is when it really comes down heavy, it overflows from the gutter. Instead of running down there, runs between the house and that gutter there. So it pours down here. I come out on this table, which is flooded. My fruit trees are getting watered, which is good. Actually, I better stand that bugger up. Got blown over. I've got a mandarin and a lemon tree seedling. This is rather young because they're getting battered out here. That's a pain in the ass doing it that way. 4, 4 and 4. If you can stick to one or the other for a swing shift, like I used to do 10 days on, day shift. In other words, I get up at 5:30, go to work at 7, and come home at 7:30, 8. And then you have heaps of days off, and then you swing into nights. So that's not too bad. But, oh, Johnny P's here. Hello, JP. Awesome Hooker's little pool boy. Say no more. Yeah, what happens on those shift swings, he'll come home from nights guaranteed, and he'll sleep about 4 hours, and he gets up during the day, and then around mid-afternoon he's knackered and he has a nana nap, because your body's like, whoa, what am I doing? Throws them all over the place. I bet he's often sitting in a chair snoring away, thinking he's awake, but he ain't. After a swing of nights, I'd certainly, hello Hoagie, I would come home and I'd try and adjust instead of going to sleep for 6 hours, 5 hours. No, it's all out in the open now. But your first day off nights, you try and break the pattern, but it's hard. You virtually waste a whole day trying to readjust. You know, I used to stick a movie on around about 2 in the afternoon after getting home at 6, 7, and I'd watch 10 minutes and of course I'm awake nearly all the night because I've just been on nights. Pain in the ass. I mean, you used to get paid well for doing shift work, but each shift was worth, and this is a long time ago, 2003, I'd earn about 450 for a shift, 12 hours. But they do pay as well here. Hello, someone loves awesome. That's good to know. Everybody likes awesome. So any news from our little fox this morning? Is he in the nurse's howl or is he still sleeping? I don't even know what time it is there. Must be mid-morning, 8, 9 o'clock. Pirate wants to squeeze Awesome's cheeks. Oh well, you and JP will have to fight over that. She's a bish, says Nicolesca. It's a funny name, Spanish name, Nicolesca. Has a lot of history actually, you know that, don't you, Nicole? Royalty, Nicolesca is what I'm talking about. Very popular name for royals. No, you're not a queen. Sorry. You're just a Sheila. So no one's asked about this massive giveaway. No one wants it, obviously. That's okay. Could be a trip for 2, flying first class somewhere, or not. Could be a bunch of 2B pencils, or not. Oh, I'm glad you asked, Pirate. Well, my conscience has got the better of me, ladies and gentlemen. JP knows what I'm going to say next. I can't for the life of me think I can actually continue eating soup all week. Not for the reasons you think, it's just that and Awesome brought it up 2 nights ago. I will eat soup this week, don't worry. But I just for the life of me cannot think I'll be eating tin soup all week. I will make fresh soup, but the wife is going to eat tin soup all week, so. And for me, it's still going to be soup. So the giveaway tonight, ladies and gentlemen, if you can make your way to my address, which I'm happily to give the winner, you only have to answer one question correctly, of course. Tucker's doing good. He's up all night on Amazon. He's probably gonna have boxes of fucking things from Amazon in the room, and the nurse is gonna say, "You in there, Tucker?" Yes, so I am giving a massive giveaway of 14 tins of soup. I can hear the roar now from you, clamouring to get in to answer the question that will let you win this prize. If you happen to live outside of Australia, you'll have to pay your own postage, which I've already worked out, and 14 tins is $398. Mind you, it's Australian soup. Maybe you could frame it. Uh-oh. The wife's just come out, and I might get another squall. It's a bargain. And if no one takes it up, they're going to the homeless shelter. You won't be able to hear me in a minute. I'd put that on because it's real wet. Oh no, take it. You do what you need to do. There she is. Actually, leave it off.
It's going to get wet again.
Well, we'll move it forward.
Hello. My name is Nicole. It's a really... Hello, everyone. I didn't get to actually read that. Awesome. I love yous. I love yous all. Oh, hey, JP. Hey, Nicole. Can you hear that? Can't see it.
It's raining. You little ripper. Yeah, I like you. I'll put you back to the pretty one in a minute. So the question to win the amazing giveaway, what would it be, do you think? Pretty simple, really. Some of you should know. One of you definitely knows. How tall am I? Your time starts now. Hello, Sid. I'll get some hail out of this. It's Campbell's and it's Australian. And the winner is Awesome Hooker. Woohoo! Yes. It's $368 in postage. Still, it's the thought that counts. Yes, I'm confessing, I am not continuing the week on tin soup. My conscience got the better of me. I'm going to have soup, don't get me wrong. But for the life of me, see, tin soup I would eat if I had nothing else to eat. But it doesn't mean I'm not eating soup, and you'll see some good soups.
So poor Awesome is doing the challenge with you. So
No. She's making soups, but she said she was going to go. Now, JP, leave seeds inches out of this. Oh, have you heard of the footlong hot dog? They're delicious, Nicole. But no, my conscience, and I'm thinking, I don't normally eat soup. It's one of those things you buy that you might need it, you know what I mean? But, yeah, so you'll still see soup. You'll see things like tea and ham soup, which Nicole would know all about. You'll see bacon, potato and leek soup. Yum. Probably a vegetable soup of some sort. But Awesome Hooker just has to, you've got contact me, so give me your address and I'll have it cash on delivery for postage, $368. 14 tins of Australian soup. Well, some of it's Campbell. Bacon soup's nice. But the wife is going to have... You still going to do the tin soup?
No.
Oh, now she's dropped the bundle. She's cracked the whip.
Just put it in text. The homeless shelter can have them.
That's what I said. And to see all these homeless people sitting under a tree saying, "What's this shit? Who gave... Find out the name of the person that dropped that off."
I don't eat any
Extra
of
straw
those.
for 6 weeks. Woo! Actually, I do love soup. And we do eat a lot of stews, soups, and chili during winter. But yeah, breaking your jaw. I actually cracked my jaw playing footy. And nothing I could do about it. It wasn't a break, which is a pain in the ass. But it was about 2 weeks. Had a little mouth guard and just trying to keep my jaw still. So yeah, I cheated on the first night's soup, but I'm thinking, this tasted really good. Yeah, it was stew, but I turned it into soup and it was brilliant. And I'm thinking, do I really want to peel back a tin of soup with... And the thing, oh hello, Nicole was timed out by Mystic Angels.
Was I?
You just timed...
How did I do that?
Oh, hello. You see that, Nicole?
Oh, quick,
You
how
can't-
do I fix it?
Well, you just timed her out. She'll be back in 5 minutes.
I didn't mean to do that. Awesome help.
She did. She's like that.
No.
Nasty piece of work.
I didn't know what to... Can she still hear?
Oh, she can hear you, but she'll be sitting there furious.
No.
She's going to make up all excuses now. Oh, I hit the button by mistake.
I did.
Yeah, Nicole, mark this day down in infamy.
No.
What you can't do, I don't know because I don't time
JP,
people out. I
fix
don't think
it.
you can untime them out.
Fix it, JP.
JP says, it's okay, there's only 245 seconds to go.
Nicole. Nicole.
My hands, see, nothing. I didn't do any of this. Over there. Have a look at the guilt on her face.
I didn't mean to do that. That's because I was wiping a raindrop off.
Oh, not the cat walking across the keyboard? Not the cat walking across the keyboard. I was wiping a raindrop off Nicole. Yeah. Oh, Nicole's come back. Oh no, that could be a different Nicole, I think. But she'll be back. And she'll say something like,
Hello.
it's okay, it doesn't
Nicole.
matter. I'll kill you.
Hello.
I'll kill you. That's not the... Who's that? Is that Nicole?
I didn't mean to do
Nicole's
that.
calling her.
I'm ringing you.
She's in the shit
Just
now.
wiping. How do I?
Have a look at this.
How do I get it off?
You can't do anything. I can't see what people are texting. I'm trying to put them on you on there so you can...
Hang on. Hang on. How do I do that? Hang on, Nicole. Wait. Can you hear me? Nicole.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Hang on. Yeah, I've got her
She's
on.
here now.
Here. All right.
Do you want to hear what the excuse was, Nicole?
You know what, Seeds? I need you to kick Mystic's ass for me.
You know what she said, Nicole? It wasn't the cat walking across the keyboard. It was a raindrop she was wiping off the screen.
Oh, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was.
That's why it rang straight away.
I feel personally attacked by this, Mrs. Seeds.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Can you see? So I can't take you off. I can't get it off.
Oh dear.
No. Can I?
No, you can't
I don't do it.
no, when you put someone in timeout, I don't believe you can untime them out.
Oh, man, I was wiping a raindrop off.
So like your husband, Awesome,
I
make some
just
fresh
totally-
soup.
I just totally panicked. I said, no.
Making excuses over here. I was wiping a
we have to
raindrop
send her
off
another-
the screen.
We're going.
Oh, here comes the hail now.
Yes. Oh, no. I gotta bring it straight away.
Oh well,
I'm not touching nothing.
sounds good. Check
JP had a go at
this
me.
time of the year for you guys there.
No,
It's been big
no,
squalls.
JP.
We had a bit of thunder and lightning, but mainly just
Alright,
big
wait,
squalls.
You should be able to come back into it with it.
She's in trouble.
God,
I
I'm
do
never going to
too.
hear the end of this.
You wait till she goes into Nicole's room. Nicole will go, oh look, raindrop. Oh dear.
I would not have done that on purpose.
Really?
Oh, shut up. Shut up, Steve.
So funny.
So Z.
That is so funny. It can't be me because I'm on the screen.
God, I think that's the second time ever in the 12 years or whatever I've been on that I've ever done that to someone. The other person
No Milo? Well,
asked
that's
me
not good.
fully, and I meant to time him out. Oh shit, did you see that, Lightning?
No, there's another squall coming in.
God.
Yeah, with these squalls, there's like
Hopefully you
really
come back
cold
on in
air,
a minute. I'll see you back
and now it's warming up
I'll
a
just
bit,
have
and there's a
to
big,
wear the shame.
big mother of a cloud coming in.
I'll have to write her a long.
300
Okay.
times on the chalkboard. I apologise for wiping raindrops off Nicole's ass.
It's too cold, Nicole. I'm not doing
Oh,
it.
Milo, of course, yeah.
Oh God, I have to do an apology video. All right, see you shortly.
Did you actually send Nicole any Milo, real Milo, or you didn't?
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
righto.
No, I didn't put the Milo in. Please ask me if I sent you Milo and I sent you parcel. No, we didn't bring any Milo with us.
No. Milo is
did
a
ya?
malt drink,
Do you
chocolate
like-
malt
that's
drink if
good,
you like,
liked it. How much was it?
and it's yum. Kids love it here.
What did you end up?
I don't mind it every now and then. Bit sweet, but
That's actually
not bad
That's not bad. That's about. We
What's
pay
that?
$7 Australian.
for a
Yeah.
big tin.
No, Vegemite.
For a big jar though.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. So she likes it now.
Yeah, but you don't need a lot, so it'll last you a while.
Said to be trying it shortly. So awesome. You don't have to do the tin thing. Your husband doesn't like that anyway.
All right. I'll
Just
see
do
you
the
back
soup
in
thing.
room in a minute, and I
Oh, there's
won't
millions of
fuck-
soups, of course.
I'm thinking, oh shit, how do I fix this? All right, see you shortly.
Yes, Milo's a nice drink. Actually, I don't think we've got any in the cupboard, have we, Milo?
Bye. Huh?
You got any Milo in the cupboard?
No.
No, can't show you. It's in a green tin with the big words Milo. And it's an energy drink. Not like the energy drink that you're thinking, but got lots of good B vitamins in there. So what soup would you make? Awesome, if you're making it tomorrow. Because soups can be thick. I like them thick, actually. Particularly my potato, bacon and leek soup.
Oh God, now I don't even know where I am. I'm on somebody else's chat who I don't even know.
Oh, there's another one. There's another Nicola in there. I don't think you'll have to ban this one. She's testing 1, 2, 3. I think it's one of them made-up accounts. I'll leave it to you. There'll be a few raindrops on your screen
shut
still.
up. I'm on somebody's chat who I don't even know now. I'm not even on ours.
Aren't you?
No.
She's off to another screen. Have you taken your medication today?
Oh my God, whose chat was that?
One day on soup and look what happens. But the beef soup was good, wasn't it?
No, obviously not. It made me time the coal out. It's crap soup.
I think she's on narcotics. Chicken and dumpling. Oh, yum. Bit of butter in the chicken soup near the end. Give them dumplings a bit of a gloss. Welcome back, Nicole.
But Awesome was the
Sid's
only one
making
who-
soup this week too.
Awesome was the only one who felt sorry for me.
It happens, but I mean, yeah, are wiping a raindrop away?
It was.
I think you've got to do 2 actions to actually, you've got to click on their name and then you've got to press something. So this little waver of the finger, it's like the cat walking across the keyboard. Tomato-based veggie soup, that sounds yum. When I have tomato soup, I don't put a lot of herbs in there. A lot of people put basil and all sorts of things. I like tomato soup natural. A lot of mucking around, but it's nice. I was thinking, because after I had the soup and I looked at the tins, I went, tin soup. And I'm thinking, wonder if I can make a whole roast lamb leg soup. Yeah, you could. Just put a tiny little bit of lamb stock in there. Boop. And Nicole was saying, don't be careful sending emojis, you might actually send it to North Korea. Mind you, it's Korean food. Some of the most simplest soups that you'll get have very little ingredients. My pan ham has ham hock and yellow split peas and water, and that's it. The recipe is over 200 years old in my family, but it's not much of a recipe. How complicated is the recipe? Ham hock, smoked, water, yellow split peas. I'll make a good potato, bacon and leek soup. I've still got some in the... Actually, there's one night for us. I know I've got a big tub of potato, bacon and leek soup in the freezer. Might get that out tonight. What do you think? Potato and bacon leek soup we've got in the freezer. There you go. I'm done for tomorrow. But soups they're not only a winter thing. We have soups during summer. The wife likes hers in a big plastic mug. I like mine in a bowl. Remember spam. You know, the only way I could eat spam now is I slice it about 1/4 inch thick and I shallow fry it so it comes out crispy. Because spam on its own is a bit of a punishment, really. But you've got to fry it, Nicole. Got to get the old frying going. But It's very expensive for you know the medium-sized tins of Spam. I don't know, 400 gram or something like that. You cut them up, you probably get 6 slices out of it. They're like $6. You know, pig's bums and trotters, and all sorts of unmentionable things blended down into Spam. That's why you get gelatine out of the Spam, because it's mainly pork. It does say it has grains and all those sort of things, but I'm not sure. I think it's just pig bum myself. Yeah, you're eating a tin of pig bum. $3.50 to £4. That's ridiculous. You can buy steak for that money here. Yeah, I've got to fry it if I'm going to have it. This damn ciggy's going out. Yeah, so there's my confession for the week. I'm not continuing the tin soup because the main reason JP pointed out, it would be awful, but Awesome also pointed out, too much salt. And if you know me well enough, I don't cook with salt. And the reason they put salt in tin soup is because they expect you can eat that in 25 years and it'll still be okay. It'll still taste like the day they put it in. So shit, basically. But tin soup's not good. A lot of people, I know people that don't eat a lot of meat at all. One of our favourite dishes, the wife chops up veggies, you know, all different types of veggies, coats them in a little bit of olive oil, shakes them around, puts them in the oven and makes them nice and crispy. We get a big plate full of that each, and we put sour cream, and she puts sweet chilli sauce on it, and I put hot chilli sauce on it, and it's yum. No meat at all. We'd have that pretty often, really, wouldn't we? At least twice a month we'd have that.
Yeah.
I won't eat a hot dog unless it's a real sausage. Seriously. Have you seen what goes into those sausages, JP? Bit like Spam. Pig's bums and other unmentionables. And it comes out all blended, nice and squiggly. And you bite it and think, and if you ask someone to eat one of them sausages and you say, what does it taste like? They go, I'm not sure. Bootstrap? Sweat from a yak? Nice big beef, actually a mixture of beef and pork sausage from a butcher. Makes a great hot dog. You know, they get big, 8-9 inches. Nicole knows what I'm talking about.
Nicole says she doesn't mind what goes in her mouth as long as it's nice.
Right, well, it's not fussy. She'll survive the Holocaust, for sure. But fear not, for the next 6 more days we will be having soup in one form or another. But you won't see the ring pull on them. You like 9 inches plus and more sausages. I like them to go long. Woo! Obviously, you wouldn't want to meet any Australians then because you'd only be getting half a man if you get the 9. JP, actually they call him Strapper. That's his nickname because it's normally strapped to the side of his knee. That kind of guy. So Awesome's going to make tomato-based soup. Sid, what are you planning on making? I am interested in people's cooking, trust me. Just curious what sort of... And they can be really thick soups. Chili dog sounds good. I like chili. I've got to make 2 types of chili though in this house, because this one over here, the old, oh, there's a raindrop on my screen lady.
Oh, shut up.
She's got to have mild, next to no chili. So half goes to
Do
her.
an apology video
And I've got to
now.
have masses of chili. Fresh chili too. Yeah, Mr. Gardner was going to make a full apology video to Nicole for wiping her out.
At least I rug her straight away with an accident.
There's a very good chance that Nicole will never forget this. They are all dried chilies are much hotter. Indeed, I don't mind drying chilies, and I leave them whole. I don't Some people slice them and take the seeds out. I do not. I dry my chilies on what we call a candlestick, where you get one, and then you do another one, another one, another one up. So you have this big row of chilies offset all the way through. And they dry in about 8 weeks. Well, here they do. Yeah, I would agree and disagree, because a lot of good food is fresh food. And a lot of fresh food, if you can buy it in season, is pretty cheap. I will make this week my pumpkin soup, which is half pumpkin, quarter sweet potato and quarter potato. And then when I get it near the end and I've made it semi-pureed with little lumps still in it, I put a tin of butter beans in there. Now there's a tin. So there you go. That's part of the tin plan for this week. The butter beans. So when you get a nice big thick scoop of pumpkin soup, you actually have butter beans. You can use cannelline, you can use whatever you like. And Mystic will be making humble pie.
Did you tell us about the pot?
About the what?
The cast iron pot.
Oh, I bought old screen across the raindrop over here, a cast iron skillet specifically for cornbread. It is about 8 or 10 inches across and a good 1.5 inches deep. So I'll season it for her, and then she can make the cornbread. So that'll be about a week before it gets here. I've got a fry pan she can use, but she's not confident because it's a bigger fry pan. Well, still, Nicole. A little bit goes a long way, they say, don't they? Raised beds are brilliant. And I'll be doing raised beds, the awesome hooker wing of the garden. All plastic plants in there. No, just kidding. They'll be real plants. But when I do my garden beds, I put in about 4 inches of river stone, so it covers the bottom. And then I'll put a matting over the top of that. Then I put the soil in, and I've got drain holes, small ones down the bottom. That way your garden bed can breathe. There's nothing worse than having a garden bed with too much water in it, because it kills everything. So you need drainage. So you'll see when I get my gardens going, I'll be specifically growing the stuff that's really expensive, like garlic and chilies and tomatoes and some veggies and some herbs. My herb garden will be just out there, because my kitchen will be about where I am. So I'll just be popping out and grabbing whatever fresh herbs I like. I did show a very short video this week about drying thyme. And I bought it from the shop because it was on special. Yes, we're giving away some hot Aussie guy. Not guys, guy. All you have to do is pay for his airfare, and JP will be there. Foot massages, long sensuous walks along the beach, poking dead animals that are washed up together, and singing romantic songs. So it's just a matter of, and I believe JP doesn't travel anywhere unless it's first class. So yeah, he's available, but there is a cost involved. No. When I finish down the back, what there will be is paving, and there'll be a mat on the ground where there's no grass, and that mat is a barrier, goes under the particular area of the paving and where the hole will be. And I'll build my, in whatever format, either sleepers or maybe it'll brick it up in limestone, whatever I decide. And then you put drainage, 2 drainage points, one corner to corner. And then what you do is you fill up, I do, 4 inches of river stone. What that does is allow the roots to breathe, because the last thing you want, because my garden beds will be, oh, you can't even see where the ground is, so about that high. All right, you got that? Probably about 600, 2 feet high. Why about 2 feet high? Because then I can sit in your bum on the edge and do a bit of weeding, or harvesting, or planting. But the biggest killer in most garden beds that are raised is people don't drain. They let the water sit in there, and they wonder why everything's getting like dying on them. Wet feet, Bucky knows what I'm talking about. So you've got to have drainage, but you've got to have good soil. And the secret to good soil, my grandfather showed me a long time ago, is when you put your hand into the soil and you squeeze it, and you open your hand up and it keeps its shape. But then when you tap it with your finger, it falls apart. That's all you ever need to know about good soil. I'll be on in a sec. It's getting too stormy anyway.
Yes.
I think she's doing her apology video now. Lighting candles.
No, there's lightning around.
Well, the first thing I do in my garden beds is I'll put a heap of good organic fertiliser in there. Some seaweed if I can find it. And I'll leave it for 3 months and do absolutely nothing with it. Nothing. Because you want all that just to... it's like making a marinade garden soil. You just let it do its thing. And most garden beds get overused, so it's a Farrier method. I'll probably have 5 or 6 garden beds, and one of them will have nothing in it. That's where all the clippings will go, and that's where all the rubbish from the garden will go in there. In other words, it'll be a compost bin. And then I'll have another one the next season. I'm not talking year. The season in Australia is only about 4 to 5 months. But you can grow a lot in a little space. I've proved it time and time again. You really can grow an enormous amount of food in a small area. And if you're specific about what you eat, no, don't put eggshells in your compost. No. Eggshells in your garden, snails hate it because it cuts them a bit, but not in your compost. No onion peel or onions in your compost. No orange peelings. You know, think about what you would eat if you were a worm. Best way to do it. But always keep your eggs. I do it all the time. I haven't done it yet, but I will do. When I start cooking, I'll have a little colander that I'll put in 4 or 5 eggshells. I'll wash them, and I'll leave them in an ice cream container, just in the open, for about a week. And when I go past and they're dry, I just crush them. And then repeat, and crush, and repeat. And before you know it, you've got a 5 or 6 inches of shells. And then what you do, you wait until you see the slugs, okay? It's like everything in the garden. Wait until you see a problem and then fix it. Don't spray chemicals in there. So what you do is when you think, little buggers, slugs, then put all the crushed eggshells on the top of the whole garden where your plants are growing around it. Because as soon as a slug or a snail jumps on it, he goes, oh, geez, that hurt. It physically cuts them. Seriously, it does, because how the little suction method works. And I will show you again. I've got an old video where I use my garlic and chili spray. And again, I only use that. I'm sure Bucky's the same. I only use that when I see a problem. So if I see, oh, you little buggers, so I'll start spraying. Now, we'll kill some of them because I put a little bit of natural soap in there, and that actually gets to whatever gills they got sometimes and kills them. But most of the time, it pisses them off, literally. But I don't use Roundup, don't like any chemicals like that at all. And there's so many little bits and pieces you can use for sprays in your garden, like rhubarb leaves. Yeah, basil's good. There's plenty of herbs that deter. But one of the little tricks I get for keeping the pests away from the garden, I think I've told you before, I just drill in little posts about every 3 feet in the garden beds, and I stick jam jar lids on top, and I put breadcrumbs and desiccated coconut in there. Sounds weird, doesn't it? The birds come down, start picking it, saying, oh, that's good, Tucker, and then they, of course, they spill it over the edge, and they go, oh, and they go down the bottom, and they look up under the leaves and go, oh, aphid. That's how I do it. It has always worked for me. Are there failures in the garden? Not really, because even when a plant fails, it goes on the compost heap. It recontributes to the future of the garden. I love gardening. It's like having little babies. Basil I like. I don't like a lot of it, but I like it. You get me a plate of mozzarella, tear it apart, fresh basil leaves, bit of olive oil, maybe a little bit of vinegar of sorts if you like. Get the crackers out. Oh, yum. But I'll show you one video that I always do. Oh, I haven't shown the video, but I always do this in the garden, and I've never done a video about it. When my big tomatoes are ripe, pull up a chair, get the biggest, ripest tomato, and a knife. And only time I use a little bit of salt is about this time. Cut the slices, big, thick slices of tomato, sprinkle a little bit of salt, maybe a bit of pepper, and I'm still in the garden. Yummo. It's a great reward. And I know, it doesn't matter how I try growing my strawberry patches, there'll be a whole garden bed dedicated to strawberries, of which I won't get. As all the grandkids come around, they know, where's the strawberries? I usually say, tell them, oh, the neighbours got them. We've got none this year. And they say, I found them. And I don't know about you, but a 3, 4, 5 and 6-year-old child will devour every strawberry in the patch in minutes. They're just grabbing them like this. But that's what they're there for. I've always called them garden candy because kids love them. Every now and then one of the kids go, well, that one's nearly ripe, and they go, oh. I say, well, don't eat that one next time. Yeah, you told me, chicken. They stole some of the land from you too, the bastards. Homegrown strawberries are just so different. I mean, you know when you go to the supermarket, you see these strawberries this big, monsters, and there's about 8 in a big plastic container, and you bite into one, and there's absolutely zero flavour. It's just like cardboard. Looks great, but as soon as you go to eat it, it's crap. Yeah, I mean, hello, Mama Beth. One of the things that you do in the Northern Hemisphere that we don't really have to do here is always have a couple of bales of hay just up in the shed somewhere. And when you know there's a frost coming, don't be frightened of covering the whole garden. Looks horrible. You got all this straw going everywhere, but it will save your plants. It really does. Straw is a magnificent insulator against frost. The beauty about straw is that, yeah, after a couple of weeks it starts falling down and it just turns to compost after a couple of years. So it's not detrimental to your garden at all. Weedless straw. Actually, we only have weedless straw. Worst thing you get is when the stalks are cut and they've allowed the weeds to grow. That's terrible. I know what you're talking about. All this shit growing in your garden after a couple of years. Yeah, just a couple of bales of straw. They're not that expensive here because straw is nothing really. Can't eat it. And if you want to experiment, you think I don't need straw, but grab a few handfuls of soil, open up the straw bale, chuck some potatoes in there. You'll be surprised. Is that a big bale? We get big round bales of hay and straw. Is Mystic still here, or is she making her apology video? I'm not sure. Candles are lit. She's on her knees. Nicole, forgive me. Yeah, I think Nicole's probably got a private hangout with JP going, crying about being punished in this room. It is cold. I'm going to finish this cig and I'm going to come in. Yeah, like I say, I always encourage people to think about what they're growing in their garden before they plant. You know, a lot of people make the mistake, oh, it's on special, and they grab it, and they go, artichoke, never grown those. Well, good luck to you. It takes about 2.5, 3 seasons to get into an artichoke. Now, you may grow it successfully and think, I don't like them. So don't grow anything you don't like. You know, and one of the little tips I can, I'm sure everyone here eats celery. You know the waxy cardboard boxes of milk or juice you can buy, yeah? When your celery's about, and it's straggly at about 6 to 8 weeks, and as soon as you can see the green leaves on the celery coming up, grab that little waxy empty now, cut off at the top and the bottom a hole, and put it over your celery. You're blanching them while they grow. There's nothing worse than really green celery. Do you know what I mean? It's just me. But you can have about 20. You don't need a lot of celery because you don't need to cut the whole plant off. You want a bit of celery? Get some scissors, take 3 or 4 stalks, let the bugger grow. It's like your lettuce. A lot of people really do. They grow and think, yep, it's ready to mature now, cut it off. No. While it's growing, you think, oh yeah, I need a bit of celery. Be a little harsh sometimes. You'll be surprised what the plant can do. You can do, yes, you can do that as well, but I like raising mine from seeds. And I only, look, I'll be honest with you, celery in my garden, maybe 4, because I use them as they're growing for probably 8 to 10 weeks. And celery doesn't freeze that well. I don't know how you guys go with celery, but it's mainly water. In fact, you do realise if you get a celery stick and you eat it, you actually use more energy than the celery plant's giving you. There's no energy in it, but it's got a nice flavour. Sorry if I'm not seeing everyone's text on this phone. It goes by real fast, and if I've missed, sorry.
You're missing some of the chat.
Yeah, I'll come in. I'm just going to finish this cigarette that doesn't seem to want to stay alight.
Then asked how your tin soup diet was going, and Namanat or someone said, how do they win?
It's already been won. Awesome Hookers won. Celery seed bread. I tell you what is nice. Cream cheese down the stalk of the celery. And an American friend of mine said, try peanut butter. Now, I do like crunchy peanut butter, and it's okay. But the winner, cream cheese. Right down the stalk. Bit of pepper over the top on a hot day. But you can eat out of your garden constantly without having to fully harvest. That is the secret of gardening. There are things that you can actually pull up, like you've got a big bed of potatoes if you want to do that. You just pull up half a dozen baby ones. That's just for a meal tonight. That's okay. And people say, oh, but they would have got bigger. Yeah, but new potatoes, baby ones, are yum. Boiled or steamed, cooked in a bit of butter, salt and pepper, yum. Oh, that was a bit low. JP, if she's watching, you're in trouble. All right, I'm going to go in. Because I've got lucky. The squall hasn't hit again. We've had squall after squall. I'll take you for a wander. There's the key. Actually, what I just walked through here now, this area here, is going to be a cupboard in the office. So where is Awesome? Awesome. These are on the way to you.
When you haven't answered Lynn.
I'm sorry, I didn't. Well, for all my conscience, Lynn, it's not in my nature to eat tin soup. It's a great thought at the time, but what we are going to do, I don't think Awesome wants to pay the $368 postage for 14 tins of soup, but my wife will take them down to a shelter. And that's not punishing them. I'm sure some old fella living in the bush wouldn't mind a couple of tins of that. But I can make soup, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll show you what I'm going to have tomorrow. I don't have to make it at all because it's in here. Yes, who's this, do you think? Whose chocolate ice cream is this? You know, ones with the big chocolate inside? Have a guess whose this is. No guess is required. That is leek spud soup. That's more than enough to see all that bacon in there. Leek, potato. That will be tomorrow's dinner. No, I'm not going to leave it out. I'm going to put it in the fridge. So that goes in the fridge, and that will be honky-dory. Wait, is that a freezer? I mean the top part. This is just fridge down the bottom. Fridge down the bottom, and No. I just told them whose ice cream's out in the freezer. This one. If I have just a little portion of it, she'll know I've eaten from it. And I surely will be found on the side of the road in the morning. A corpse.
What did you do?
Showed them someone's chocolate ice cream.
Excuse me, the other week you had a whole one yourself.
And how many have I had in my lifetime?
You
Just
tr-
the
you-
one.
You're trying to make me feel even more bad. First I
Would you like?
accidentally
Would you like some of
timed-
this?
No. First
Oh,
I,
she's saying no because
first I
you're
said
here.
time Nicole out, and then now you're showing my ice cream. We're going to show you my chip thing next to my chocolate.
you got chocolate.
That's it.
Oh, there she's got chocolate.
That's it. The new competition
See?
is I'm raffling seeds off.
All right. Well,
I'll
there's
send
no
it.
takers.
I'll send them to ever who wants it. Get out of it.
This is the most amazing space in the whole
Awesome.
house
Awesome.
because it is never empty.
Where's my friend Awesome?
She'll bring 5 or 6 packets out during the week, and I come back in here,
Will you stop it?
and it's full again. Along with her other supply of nuts, pretzels. I don't know what they are down the bottom.
Nuts.
Is it the mixture? Is
Hey,
it?
excuse me, did you show the fruit? And who eats the fruit? I do, not you.
I eat bananas.
Oh God.
Bananas,
That's it,
banana.
I'm raffling you off. Domestic, excuse me, people,
Right.
we'll be back in a minute. You cheeky shit.
I think she needs to own her
And
shit.
this is this. Who eats all this?
No,
Who
I haven't eaten any.
Who eats
Look
all
at this.
there?
This is one of my sons gave me. This, see the dust on that?
And who's that? Oh, friggin' hell, now you're attacking
No,
me down.
no, I'm saying I've had this for about a year, and I know JP knows what this is. This is a awesome port, which I should have a little container of, but I won't. But she does like her chocolate.
I heard that.
Can you see her?
That's it.
This is her in a natural environment.
That's it. I'm raffling you off.
Fine. There'll be no takers, I warn you.
Yeah, JP, I will.
Who the hell wants someone who's 6'5", blonde hair and blue eyes, and can cook? Are you doing
Yeah,
your
that's
apology
it.
video yet, or?
No, I haven't, but that's it. Arabella will take you. Awesome. Nicole will have you. BMAC, well, I don't think so. I don't think BMAC will take you.
No, I'd be in a bog somewhere. But yeah, so that's the gist of tonight's hangout, is that I confess I can't for the life of me eat tin soup when I can make it much better. And tomorrow I don't have to make anything because we're going to have bacon, leek and potato soup.
So where was Awesome in all this? Awesome wasn't there. See, Mum and Beth says I'm very organised
What?
because everything was where it's supposed to be. Yeah, it is a comfy lounge actually.
Have you got the
Thank you,
house
Jen.
plans that I could show them?
Oh, you're going to have to get up. Do you like my socks, everybody?
They're a bit dirty on the bottom.
Oh my God, what else have I done wrong? Now I've got dirty socks.
Oh,
That's it.
what do you want me to say? Okay. I just want to show you where JP will be sleeping. We've got some final plans. I think I showed some of these. Can't remember, I'm getting old.
No, that's... I thought you showed them one. Don't start on me, boy.
Is this the set plan? It's coming any minute now. All right, that might be the technical sheet.
You have to...
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I meant just a technical sheet, but that's not the one I want anyway. Well, that is the old cottage. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. We are in this room here. This is the old cottage. Okay, so it's only a 2-bedroom with a living, kitchen, toilet and laundry. This is probably an easier way to show you what we're actually doing. You can see the old cottage still. That's the old cottage. That's the living room, bedroom, kitchen, whatever. We're coming out of this wall here This is being completely ripped out all the way across here. And there will be a big kitchen in there. It's not actually the other one should have the kitchen rough design that we've designed, isn't it? Oh yes, it has. There we go, this makes it easier. This is another plan with, that's the current kitchen. Just a wall going across there. That none of this exists yet. So the kitchen will be basically a massive walk-in pantry here, because I want one. And then there'll be wall oven, hot plate, that'll be for the fridge. This is a breakfast bar, sink, and other sundry cupboards, and etc., etc. That's going to be the office there. As I say, that's the door we walk through from in and out the back. That will now become a closet, basically, 2 shelves and a hanging rail. Not your standard size, I think it's a little bit shy, but not too bad. But I love the walk-in pantry. And then we'll have dining in here, and then we'll have big lounge in here. And this is the outdoor al fresco, I call it a veranda. And that is the bathroom ensuite for this bedroom, which we went down and picked some pedestal. We're going to get pedestal wash basins, you know, like probably about, what are they, about 15-inch stem that goes up and then it spreads out like a shell, basically, is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
The pedestal, and that's going to be attached to this bedroom, which is good size, but this is our bedroom. This is going to have walk-in robes either side. Obviously, I'll have that little bit in the corner there.
And you'll be going in the other bedroom.
That one will be where my clothes are, and all the rest will be hers.
No, you'll be in the other room.
And these are big walk-in showers. These are about 1.2 metres, about 4 feet, nearly 5 feet from side to side, and that is about 2.6 metres. It's big. I want a big shower. And this is where the 2 pedestals will be, and this is where you can do your business, open the door, and do your business. So that's the old shed that you see from time to time. And down here somewhere will be the JP Swimming Pavilion, right here.
And Awesome's garden.
Awesome's garden will be down here somewhere.
A couple of people asked what you must have showed the Chico rolls, did you?
Oh, they spotted the Chico rolls. Yeah, they're nice. We had one about a couple of weeks ago now, I think, didn't we?
I'll get them and show them properly.
Yeah, a swimming pool. Probably about here. This fence line. From here to the back fence, it doesn't show you proportions, but there's about 20 metres from here, 50 feet. There's plenty of room. And so there's a lot of room here to stick a swimming pool in. To see JP in the corner, cigar, sun lounge, awesome hooker running backwards and forwards getting snacks. There's the Chico rolls.
Okay, so what it is,
They're yum.
they're frozen, and then you deep fry them, or I do mine in the oven.
Shallow. No, I don't do them in the oven. Shallow fry them, and you turn them like
It's
quarter. Takes about 20 minutes to cook it, but they're yum.
They're yum.
Like cabbage and stuff in there. So yeah, we've finished our plans. The only difference with this is that we did originally design to have a door come off the office. But we're thinking after the build, what we'll do with this laundry, because there's plenty of space, that's where the washing machine is at the moment. But there's enough room there to stick a door to come out. Because depends if she wants to hang her clothes there. Yeah, so this has been in the planning for a long time. The pool will happen last. That's just how it will be. And at the very front, where you can see the living, it's got a little veranda at the moment. It's a tiny little veranda there. It's a pain in the ass. So we're coming right to the edge of this wall and going across and back. I've built 2 other homes, chick, but this is what we want now. So we'll end up with 1, 2, even the office, if it's not office, is bedroom size. So 3, 4, 5 bedrooms, literally. And this front living room will be for where all the grandkids can run amok. Literally, they will. Trust me, they will. And then they can walk through this door and the fridge will be there so they can run amok, as kids do. So yeah, we're probably about 5 weeks away from something happening because it's just regulations now we've got to conform to. But then we're off. By the end of the year, that should be well and truly finished. And then I'll pave, plant the garden, maybe put the pool in. The best time to buy a pool is before summer, so that's what we'll do. So that's about it. Nothing really spectacular, but have you done a confession video yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
JP says the house is so organised, neat and tidy, makes him sick.
Oh, no, she does keep a good house. If you came over now, JP, you'd have to go in the little room.
Where are you going now?
Because if Awesome and JP come over at the same time, you'll have to have separate beds. Okay? These are king singles. So JP is nearly 7 foot tall. He'll be comfortable on that.
That's not quite old enough.
So yeah, that's the only spare bedroom we've got now at the moment, but that will change. She like her little, she loves these things. I mean, I like cupboards, but you see them, what do you call these rack things? Oh, clothes racks. So yeah, she loves them. I prefer a cupboard myself. And this old lounge I got here is leather. And I got it for, it's a big 3-seater. I can lay down here comfortably. And I got that for $120. Real flash one. And that's going to go on my back patio. So imagine JP would like to slip out of the pool, sit on the lounge and watch the footy or the cricket. But I think we're done. I'm nearly out of battery anyway. I couldn't plug it in while I was walking around. Didn't even hear anything then.
Yeah, I like clothes racks, actually. Especially in the room that's small.
But we're not suffering at the moment, even though it's about 6 degrees outside. And every room's got a reverse cycle air conditioner. What's that on?
18.
It's not, it might be picking up, 18 degrees. So it's never cold. And these are cheap to run. That's why we're all keen on ducted air conditioner, because this room is about 5.5 metres by 4. It's a pretty big room, but we're warm in here now. And it doesn't cost much in electricity, so that's good. All right, I think we'll call it quits. Thanks for coming. Apology video done yet for Nicole? Not yet?
You need to do an apology video.
I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did. You showed all my stats.
Wow,
I'm
guilty.
raffling you off.
Fine,
I'll do a video
fine,
where we sense giveaway.
fine, thanks.
Prize is saved.
This is the reward I get for doing all the hard work. That's fine. Well, as you can see, that's how it is. Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, Confessions of a Non-Tin Soup Eater.
Wherever Awesome
Me.
and Nicole have gone.
Have a good night, good day, wherever you are. And next time, I'm sure the apology video will be up shortly.